Alright, so we got this awesome RV right here. It's really awesome. You got this solar heater in the front. You want to tell me about that? Let's start out by talking. Is this a solar, like a passive solar heater in the front, right?
No, actually it is a wind diverter, and it comes off and it becomes a awning, a cover for a deck on the back.
Okay. I thought you designed it as a passive solar heater.
It does that too, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
multi-function.
Because, oh yeah, and then you could use it as a deck and to keep the rain off when you're camping.
Yeah, if you're parked for a while, there's a little deck that goes off the back. I kind of designed it more to sit than be used, although the motor really likes to be used, so it runs better when I'm using it.
And what is it, a Toyota?
It's a Toyota, 20R motor.
So it started off life as a Toyota Dauphin?
I'm not remembering what the motorhome side of it was.
But it's something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yes.
Okay. And then you said you kind of decided that the motorhome needed completely redone.
Yeah. Got into it. They put an aftermarket air conditioner on it, and it didn't have the framing for it. So the whole roof sagged, and it was a point where water just seeped in and it was rotten. So I just tore it down to the frame, added a little more structure to it, and then rebuilt what's there now.
So you added some more structure to it, and then are these just deck boards or siding?
Cedar siding.
Cedar siding, just standard cedar siding.
Yep. And it also has eaves, where originally most motorhomes don't have eaves, which is a little bit of a drag on wind, but I like having eaves. It protects the siding better, and the water runs off versus getting collected, where there's often these aluminum channels, and if you're not maintaining them constantly, they leak and then rot. So I built it kind of like a tiny house. That was the concept, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, most people have RVs not to drive every day, but to live in.
It's true, yeah. And it's got 2-inch thick walls, which most RVs are like an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter.
So it's really good insulation?
Yes, it's got excellent insulation. In fact, I took it to Leavenworth. I had one of those little radiant heaters, and I had it on the lowest setting, and it was super warm in there in the middle of winter. So it was great. And it's even got the single pane windows, which those could get upgraded, and then it would be even more insulated.
So
I reused the windows from the original.
So was this originally for you, or was this for like something?
Yeah, it was for me, and I used it for remote work.
Okay.
So I'd get jobs out of town that I wanted to live and work at. It doesn't have a shower or a toilet, because most places that I landed, I would have access to a shower or a toilet. So they were friends of mine.
Yeah, you either have a friend of yours or a gym or a truck stop.
Yeah.
Or you could always find a place to take a shower.
Yeah. Well, I was at friends' houses, and they had showers and bathrooms, so.
Yeah, definitely work of art. This thing is up for sale right now. You are ready to sell it. So anybody on there, they'll probably give you what you say, like 10 grand or something like that.
For 10, no reasonable offer refused.
You know,
because it's reasonable.
Okay. I think you could get 10. I mean, most mobile homes are in this shape or go for easily 10,000.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's custom.
But this one is custom as a work of art, so that's added value to it. I think. I don't know. Maybe.
It does to me.
Yeah. This is cool. There's a real door. It looked like a custom door. It looked like because
I actually cut it down to fit the height, because
it's a little bit shorter than most standard doors. Yeah. And then, so you got a cute little kitchenette stove, or you have a hood?
An oven, stove. It's got a propane electric fridge.
A propane electric fridge.
That's propane heater.
Propane
blower. got a converter
Oh, you have an
or inverter. I don't
inverter.
know the difference actually. Converter, inverter.
So I have a start.
It takes house power and turns it into battery, kind
Or-
of automotive power, and then it does the opposite. It will. Well, it doesn't really do that. Actually, it doesn't do the opposite.
How big is the inverter?
That's a good question.
Is
I
it
don't
big
have
enough?
any- I
Is
don't
it
have
big
any-
enough to run most things?
I mean, I haven't had any issues running everything in here. Although there's, basically the electrical items would be the heater.
You don't have solar in it
the
yet, but you definitely
fridge-
could
Well,
use
the
it.
fridge really, it doesn't run on battery like car power.
You have to
if
run
I'm plugged
AC.
in, it will run, but it runs on propane. So if I'm parked somewhere and I'm not plugged in, that would be propane. The lights run on electric, although they could be changed out to LED, and then they would use no power whatsoever.
Yeah.
They're kind of the old traditional.
Oh, you
so-
reuse the old RV.
I did, yeah. I tried to
Features.
reuse what I could. And then I have, you can see there's a couple wires hanging down from the ceiling. That's for if somebody wants to add a skylight and a fan, which I'm not a fan of skylights and fans because they're, again, a leak point. I was trying to create something that didn't have vulnerability to leaking. So
Yeah, and if people want to add
But if they
wiring, it's wood paneling, so they can, take down the
they
paneling
can
pretty
just,
easily.
Actually, I could just cut a hole in it. In
And-
fact, I think I even framed a traditional or a standard size for a skylight in the ceiling already, but just didn't install it because I didn't want a hole in the roof.
And then bed traditionally would go
Yep,
over
goes
the
up
camper,
above the cab.
like
Yep.
like the traditional RV would.
Yep.
So pretty much built kind of like a traditional RV, but kind of
But different.
but different,
But yeah, custom.
a little bit more custom.
And it could use some finishing touches. Whoever buys it next can.
So you say I had a porch that you had on
Yeah,
the back?
basically there's a deck that comes out, locks into these, gets pinned on either side,
Okay.
comes out, and then that awning comes off the front and then hooks into these two brackets and hangs out.
And of course you left that at home, or you could probably fold it up and put it in here if you're traveling.
Yep.
And by then it would take up the entire walkway, or most of the
It
walkway.
would take up some space, yeah. It does fold up, pretty compact. I tried to design it so it would be easier to transport.
So you got these little
Yeah,
things.
I'm kind of a fan of having air movement under my mattress because I've noticed most RVs, when I sleep in them for a bit and I don't rotate the mattress, moisture builds up and then you get kind of mold. You can have mold issues, so I propped it up.
They help
so
keep
air
the
can-
mattress dry.
Yep.
And what type of mattress? You just use one of those cheap foam
I
mattresses?
actually use a futon mattress.
Okay. Those
which
are
is
good.
more comfortable. I like them. Some people like squishier, softer beds. I tend to like mine a little firmer. So
And futon mattress, you could always fold it and put it against the wall, which there's no room for that, but maybe you could.
yeah, it'd be hard to do that. They're pretty heavy and unruly.
And then you also have a lot of cubbies in here
Yep,
to
I got
to
cubbies
store
in
stuff.
Here. I got cubbies in here.
This is more like a wardrobe closet. Maybe you could hang up. Oh no, these are
I
kitchen.
used to have a hanger in here, but I prefer drawers, so I put drawers in.
So you can take the drawers out and
Yeah.
and hang your clothes, or you can leave clothes in the drawers.
Exactly.
And then you have a spice rack here to put
Or for other
whatever you want.
canned foods, etc.
Yeah.
Another cubby here.
Another cubby that you can put whatever you want. You know, cubbies on both sides, more shelves. And is this the stairs for
Yeah, this actually comes out and
make it easier when you're parking for long periods of time? You can put that on there and you have a place to kind of thing, and then you have a little kitchen table where you can
Pops out.
eat or work on your computer or
And
play card games.
This little section here is where I had my radiant heater. I'm kind of a soloist. Originally, I had another bench, kind of like this. There's a space for a bench here and here.
But this is also a furnace heater?
Yep, that's basically a propane
Furnace heater.
furnace heater, yep, with a blower.
But yeah, you used to have a...
Yeah, well, when I'm plugged in, like if I have power, which again, when I was doing remote work, most of the time I have power. So I would just plug it in, cords right there. Basically, plug that in to house power, and then all the outlets, these outlets run, and then I just have a radiant heater.
And of course, if you park south, you get pretty a lot of heat if you open up that window.
Yep. Yep.
But that's only if you get some sunny days. Up here in the northwest, we don't get too many sunny days in the wintertime.
That's true.
So that doesn't really work. Probably won't really work.
And there's a fan. Actually, this is the old fan from, I think, the shower and or the main RV when I took it out, and I figured, well, I might as well use it. So so I stuck it in the window, and if I need air, I use that.
This same one don't have AC either, but you can, like I say, you can add AC. Cut a hole in the roof.
You could, yep. You could actually use that space for AC if somebody wanted to.
Or the front space you could.
And I believe it would structurally handle that too.
I mean, yeah, you
because
could.
It's built pretty good. So.
The thing is built a lot more structurally than most RVs.
Yep.
That's another thing is. Because most RVs literally are made of plastic, and as soon as anything touches them, they fall apart.
Yeah, it's either aluminum, wood paneling on the inside, aluminum on the outside. And,
I mean, you hope for aluminum plastic, but usually it's fiberglass or plastic. Most of the RVs, like some of the nice ones, are very thin aluminum paneling. Like the one over there is aluminum paneling. Which is probably a nicer RV than most. That RV right there that I'm working on is a plastic. So if you get in a wreck at all, it's pretty much totaled.
Yep.
The thing is nice about it, since the custom, if it get damaged, you can just replace whatever section is less likely to get damaged because
a little house, it can be repaired.
So.
Replaced, repaired. That's that.
Well, I put your information. What's the best way to contact you? Phone number?
Yeah, my phone number.
Okay, I'll put that on there until you sell it in the description.
Okay.
And then once you sell it, you can leave a comment and say, "Hey, I sold the RV. Please take my phone number off the description," and I'll do that. Because this thing is probably going to go pretty quick.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
How long did it take to build?
Oh, that's a good question. Many years, but I wasn't working on it steady. I would kind of do a little work, I would leave it alone, do a little work. Mostly I did kind of the main frame and the siding probably within, I would say a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks of work. And then the interior, I kind of piddled away at it. But yeah, it was kind of a multi-year process. Even though if I'd done it all at once, it probably would have been 3-4 months, maybe. Well, probably not even that. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't actually have a clear answer.
So you left most of the accessories. You got water fill-up stations out here.
Yep. This is basically for house water.
So you hook your garden hose right here.
Yep, garden hose. That's for the tank.
If you want to do it like manually fill, like with the funnel.
Yep. And then this is actually the vent, because I didn't want to poke. Again, I was trying to keep from putting holes in the roof, so the vent for the water is just right here, and then this is the drain for winter.
Oh, so when you
so in winter you want to drain the whole system, otherwise it'll freeze.
so you drain
Unless you're using it, then it's not a big deal. But if you're not using it, it's just going to sit. You want to drain the system so there's no water in the lines.
And it's designed to hold the weight because it was RV.
Yep.
Have the dually tires on the back.
Yep.
What year is this?
It's a 79.
79. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very simple.
You want to pop the hood?
Yeah, I was going to do that. There's a lot of space in there.
Yeah,
most
like
motors nowadays, there's like
you got
filled.
you got to take the whole apart. You got to take the whole engine apart just to replace one thing.
Exactly. So this one, everything's right there. It's very simple. 20R motor.
Oh, you want to replace this? It's right there. You want to replace that? It's right there.
Exactly.
Want to replace this? It's right there.
Exactly.
Just grab it and replace it.
Very simple.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. That is it's a side engine, so the carburetor is on the side. The air intake is the exhaust on is on the other side. That's fun. What type of engine is it?
It's a 20R motor.
20R
It's a
motor.
4-cylinder.
4-cylinder Toyota motor.
It gets about 15 miles to the gallon.
So is one of these like the house power?
Yes. I believe this is the
the starter battery, and then this is a house power.
It's got a new master cylinder.
Yeah, it's a newer house battery, so that's pretty good. This is a $150 battery, just been replaced. You can tell it's a house battery because they have these solar hookups right here for a solar system.
So if anybody wants to add a solar system, there you go.
It's pretty much already ready to go for a decent small solar system. Yeah, so give me a call if you guys need help doing it. If I would have done a solar system, I don't know what would be the best way to do solar from up there to down here.
Probably in through the cab.
What?
I would say in through the RV part, in through the cab,
and then in through
and
the firewood.
I think so, but that's a good question. I'm not a pro on that, so I'm not sure what the best route would be. But
where's the inverter at?
Where's the what?
Inverter.
The inverter? It's over here.
Yeah.
It's basically in here, although you can't see it. You have to go kind of around the corner.
Yeah, so if I would hook a solar system, I'll probably do is run a wire down inside like this paneling in this wall, and then run directly to the inverter, and the inverter and the battery should have enough of a connection to keep the solar happy. And then this is probably another more space for more batteries if needed.
Probably more room in the cab where the motor is. There's enough space in there. You could probably add like two or three more batteries.
Yeah.
The same size, as long as they're not the really tall or
really wonky batteries.
Yeah, you could. There's probably space in here. Probably underneath those cabinets could be a spot for batteries.
And also underneath this, you could put.
That could work too, even right here.
You can add batteries underneath.
Yeah, there's lots of places batteries could go for. That thing's badass. Thanks.
Yeah, so a lot of people like it. Like I say, if you got, don't bother calling if you don't have 10K. Or at least 8. I think. I don't know, it's up to him, though. But I say don't even bother calling unless you have at least 8. Okay. All right, well, hopefully you saw it. I'll put this on my YouTube. I'm Eric the Dream Giver. I'll send you the link once I
All right.
upload it.
Great. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm working on this guy's RV all day today, installing solar panels, so it's been fun.